you. I call Ruth Maguire, the final speaker in the open debate.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. The establishment of a National Care Service can be one of the most significant reforms of public services since the creation of the National Health Service. The significance of this work is reflected in the volume and breadth of contributors to the committee's scrutiny, and indeed in the number of briefings colleagues will have received for this debate. I'm really grateful to everyone who continues to share their experience and expertise. I think that it's fair to say that the case for change in social care is unassailable, and everyone agrees that it's necessary. The committee certainly heard that loud and clear. There is a need for all our citizens to have access to consistently high-quality social care support across Scotland whenever they might need it. We all, I'm sure, want our social care workforce to flourish and would support the Scottish Government's goal of future-proofing the social care sector to be realised for generations to come and for people coming into the profession. I've not been a member of the Health, Social Care and Sport Committee for very long, however recognise through both previous work as a local councillor and member of an integrated joint board, through previous and current parliamentary committee work, and perhaps most significantly for me in my current constituency work, the importance for our nation of getting care right and the devastating costs to individuals, families, workers and communities when we don't. We have here in Scotland a brilliant, committed workforce within the public and third sector and a legion of unpaid carers, delivering high-quality care to the best of their ability in some terribly difficult situations. We also have pockets of really excellent practice and services which enrich lives. But there are also far too many people whose needs are not being met. Too many people in hospital wards where they should be at home recovering. Too many people waiting for adaptations to their homes to make them safe and enable them to live independently with dignity. And too many people assessed as requiring services and interventions to realise their human rights, but not receiving them because of budget constraints or distance from services or workforce shortages or rigid and flexible approaches from institutions. To change these things, I support the principle of forming a National Care Service for Scotland, to ensure that our citizens get the care they're entitled to live dignified lives, and where public bodies do not meet their obligations, they are held to account. The convener of the committee, Claire Haughey, laid out well the huge amount of work undertaken by the Health, Social Care and Sport Committee to scrutinise the principle of forming a National Care Service, and thanked all involved. I echo those thanks. The committee report is lengthy and substantial, with the summary of recommendations alone running to 15 pages. I don't intend to go through them all in this debate. There's been a lot of discussion about scrutiny. 7 committees have reviewed the bill in the 20 months since it was introduced, and the Scottish Government has met thousands of people to discuss the National Care Service. I'm serious about my responsibilities as a parliamentarian, and of course process is important. But I do agree that we'll be letting folk down if we allow ourselves to get too tangled up in procedural delay rather than get on with the important work of scrutiny and amendment to this government legislation. Committee members now have the requested target operating model, and I understand that committee clerks and Scottish Government officials are in the process of discussing Stage 2 amendments to ensure that sufficient time is built into the timetable to allow for scrutiny and further evidence to be taken. I know that every member of the committee will approach that task with the vigour and sincerity that it requires. In closing, I want to acknowledge that the committee were not united in our conclusions, and that the support of members who did not dissent was not unconditional. The report reflects that, and this debate has given us all an opportunity to expand on the personal positions that we hold. Presiding Officer, there is a great deal of work to be done at Stage 2 and 3 to ensure that this bill achieves its potential. For me, one of the key things will be around accountability. Supporters of a National Care Service, and perhaps particularly those with lived experience, will want to know what exactly will be different. And as part of that the National Care Service will have clear accountability and a fair escalation and redress process for when things do not go right. I hope that should Parliament agree to the general principles this evening, we can all come together and make sure that these important reforms are the best that they can be for the people of Scotland. Presiding Officer.